First, we begin tonight with the big guy, Joe Biden, because that's how Joe was identified by his son's business partners in communications found on the Hunter Biden laptop from hell. In fact, Hunter's partners mentioned a plan to set aside 10% for the big guy. Now, these emails referenced by the Wall Street Journal and the New York Post and the Washington Post and New York Magazine and almost every other outlet in the country in America reveal a highly unethical get-rich-quick scheme where the Biden family collected millions of dollars from sketchy foreign nationals all over the world using Hunter, who had pretty much zero experience, to lead the way. Now, keep in mind, shady foreign nationals, they weren't saying paying millions of dollars for Hunter's business expertise. He was well known to be unstable, also a drug user, an addict, and had a lot of serious problems. In fact, emails that were reviewed by the Business Insider from 2015, they actually show that one potential business partner detailed the pros and cons about paying Hunter Biden $2 million for a project involving the country of Libya. Quote, Hunter's negatives are that he's an alcoholic, drug addict, kicked out of the U.S. Army for cocaine, chasing low-class hookers, constantly needs money, and many more headaches. Among the positives, they say, quote, he travels with dad, he's connected everywhere in Europe and Asia, and has high access to the highest levels in China. In my view, Hunter wasn't selling experience. He didn't have expertise. He was, by every objective measure, selling nothing but access. And he had zero experience, according to emails on his own laptop. And the big guy was going to get his cut. And by the way, he complained bitterly about paying Pops about half his income. We're talking about a lot of money here for Pops. Anyway, a report from the Senate Homeland Security Committee details multi-million-dollar deals with the former First Lady of Moscow, a Ukrainian oil and gas giant, and even that $1 billion that became a $1.5 billion deal with the Bank of China. So why are we talking about this again tonight? Well, according to the Washington Post, Hunter has now high-powered attorneys, and all of them and several top Democratic strategists. They have created apparently the equivalent of a political war room, and they will be involved, so it says, to smear and slander and besmirch and maybe even sue anyone that dares shine a light on any of these shady activities. Now, that includes members of the new House Republican majority, like Congressman Comer and Congressman Jim Jordan, who will join us in a minute. It also includes those who observed the Biden family's malfeasance, like former business partner Tony Bobulinski, or the owner of the computer repair shop, that's John Paul Mac Isaac, where Hunter abandoned the laptop. And as Jonathan Turley pointed out, this is a move to intimidate witnesses. Now, meanwhile, members of the media who dare to cover the story, well, they may also be targeted by the Biden camp, and supposedly, according to the article, possibly they will be the subject of lawsuits. Let me be clear. We have asked Hunter Biden for comment over and over and over again regarding his activities and his involvement, and he and his team have steadfastly refused to get back to us. As a matter of fact, I'll give Hunter Biden a whole week of programming if he wants to come on this show, and I'll include 15 hours of nationally syndicated radio on 700 radio stations. He's never once denied the authenticity of the laptop or any of its contents. He has not refuted our reporting or the reporting of anyone else in the media in any way that we've seen. On the other hand, his dishonest father, the big guy, has reportedly denied any involvement with his son's business activities, and he's claimed over and over again, we played it many times, that he's never had a single conversation with his son about his foreign business dealings. All of that despite photographic evidence showing Joe Biden with many of his son's foreign business partners, including that picture right there in front of you with the former prime minister of Kazakhstan. And by the way, this picture with Mexico's most well-connected businessman. And this picture of Joe and Hunter golfing with a board member from Burisma, the Ukrainian oil and gas giant that paid Hunter Biden millions of dollars. Remember, he went on Good Morning America. Any experience in oil? No. Gas? No. Energy? No. Ukraine? No. Why were you being paid millions of dollars? I don't know. Maybe because of your father. Anyway, clearly we do know Joe Biden did not tell the truth about talking to his son about his business dealings, yet 51 American intel experts were more than happy to bolster Biden's claims in the fall of 2020 leading into the election. Remember, they're the ones that signed on to a letter that discredited the Hunter laptop story as having the classic earmarks of Russian information operation. But of course, they knew better. But for them, getting Joe Biden elected, well, that's what really mattered. Now, Republican leader Kevin McCarthy, he's promising to issue subpoenas to all 51 intel experts to find out exactly what role they played in censoring this scandal, along with big tech, as we've been discussing, just weeks before the 2020 election. Other top Republicans are prepared to issue criminal referrals in the Hunter Biden probe if warranted. But that did not stop Hunter from walking up to Kevin McCarthy and his mom at a state dinner earlier this month and say hello. That was nice of him. Despite a federal criminal investigation, a forthcoming House investigation, and the legitimate claims about public corruption, Hunter is always popping up at official White House events. And this is because Hunter and the entire Biden family believe that they're untouchable. They think that they are above the law, and now they are flaunting it, or at least that's how they are trying to come across in public. In reality, the Biden camp seems rattled. Hunter's legal team is reportedly in a state of disarray, and their new political war room reeks of desperation. As the liberal media likes to say, are the walls now closing in?